Hi, this is Allie from Allie Cats Crafts. I'm here to bring you another alteration or alternative to Farmhouse Florals August 2026. This kit comes with not very much. You have to use your imagination quite a bit, but it's a good kit. I like the theory behind it. So I brought in a few things here. A long time ago, I don't know, maybe a couple of years ago. Hold on, let me get it out. They have this tea boutique paper. And so I pulled it out and I looked through my papers and I saw some teacups and all kinds of stuff in here. So I thought, I'm going to use my card using this paper tonight. I'm going to make two of them. I also used the stamp out of the stamps, which are right here. The little teapot. I stamped that. I'm going to use the flowers out of there, and I use the envelope piece. So what I did was I stamped out the cute little teapot, and then I fussy cut it. And you're familiar with fussy cutting, so I will show you how to. If you're not, I'll show you how to cut. Just go a little bit of around the edge. Just fussy cut and take your time. And you move the paper. Don't move your scissors. See how I'm taking the paper and moving it? It's very important because you get a better, nice, even cut. Just kind of go around. I'm moving the paper. And you're going to move the scissors a little bit, but you want to stick to using your other hand to move that paper around because you want a nice cut. You just take your time. And I like fussy cutting. I'll sit and watch TV. Well, technically listen to the TV. And fussy cut out a lot of things. Like when I get kits like this, that I need to use a stamped image for different things, that's what I'll do. Is I'll stamp it out in my shisha and then take it in the house and fussy cut it. So this is how I did this. This little teapot. So the next thing, you'll have your fresh freesia paper. And my friend Lori gave this to me. It has some kind of design. I'll be covering up the top half of it. When you open it up, you'll see it on the inside. I cut this paper for this side, and so this piece of paper was came from another kit, I guess. I really like it. It's pretty. I've been wanting to use it. So I couldn't find out what to use it with, and finally, I'm going. This is what I'm using it for. So it's 8.5 by 11.5, scored at 4 1/4, and then folded back at 2 1/8. So your next piece of paper that you're going to put on it is going to be 2 inches, which is layer 1 on the outside, 2 inches by 5 3/8. So I'm going to glue that piece down. I really like this paper. And it was actually gifted to me about, I think, a year ago or something like that from my upline. And she was going through stuff, and she goes, "Here, Allie, you can have this." And I go, "Cool." And then later on, my friend Lottie, when she got real sick, her daughter gifted me the stamps that went with it. So it kind of like worked out really good. I was very happy. See how pretty that looks? And it's gonna go. It will go with this. Look at the teapots. They're almost exactly. Pretty cool, huh? So then I will take this one. This is the part of the envelope. And this is, it's the layer on the inside that's 2 inches by 5 3/8. I want to stamp it. And what I want to put on here is from the stamp kit called Cup of Tea. And I want to use, let me see. I picked out several of these. Okay. Take care of yourself. Okay. So that's what I'm going to stamp on the inside. I do not have this even, so I need to remount it there. So I will get my secret C so you can see it really good. And I'll tap, 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 tap. And get my little pad that my friend Lori gifted me. She was very sweet. And I stuck that in my ink, didn't I? Yes, I did. I'll deal with that later. So I got to get this. Tap, tap, tap. Put it at the top. And stamp it down. Perfect. I'll clean off my stamp. just like that, and that one's done. Now I want to get the little flowers that I'm going to put in the little pot, and I want to stamp some. I'm going to stamp it in fresh freesia at the bottom of my thing. So I'm going to bring in a scratch paper and set it right there. Get my fresh freesia. Tap, tap, tap. I want to put these flowers right here at the bottom. See? And that's going to go right there. So I'm going to set this aside, put it over the side where I won't put my hand in it, which I just did. And I'm going to start gluing these pieces down, and then we'll work on the teapot. So the first thing you want to do is get your glue, which is right over here. And then you're going to take and stick it right up along this little edge and stick it down. Get it nice and even as you possibly can. And then you're going to grab your other piece, your DSP, which is, I'll read it right here. The inside is 2 1/4 by 5 3/8. So they're all 5 3/8 across there at the top. So they need to all match up. So that's why I'm doing that. Now, see the back of this paper? Look at this. That's the back of that's what our teapot's cut out of. I'm going to stick that in there, get it as even as I can, and press it down. So the inside is done. Now let's work on the outside. So I have this little circle here. The circle is, I think it's 2 3/4. So now what I want to do is I want to put my teapot right here. I'm going to put my ink back in these cute little flowers. So I'm going to put the flowers inside the teapot. I'm going to hover over where I want it so I know that it wants to go right there. Oh, I didn't get ink very good. Let me try that again. So I'm going to put it about right there. And then I'm going to pop up my teapot right there so they come out of there. I'm going to come back to that in a minute. So I'm going to get my little dimensionals. I'm going to finish off this little part right here, this little package here. You know what? I need to do one thing. I almost forgot. Let me get my X-Acto knife out. I cannot have that happen. Did you notice that the inside of the handle, I did not cut it out, and I always cut it out. Let me get my cutting board here. And we need to cut this out. So it'll be perfect. So I go around the edges. Be careful with the fingers. Okay. Need to cut that out, huh? Because then it doesn't look good. Well, I think it'll be fine, but I prefer it to be cut out. So I take the time to get my X-Acto knife out and cut it out. So I have a story to tell you. Okay, so this is X-Acto knife. Before I was married, see this blue piece of tape? And it says Allie etched on there. When I worked for Sunset Glass Tinting in California, that was my job. And I told you about cutting my finger off with a knife. This was the knife that did it. I've had this knife for, let me see, 35 years now, or 36 years. And I've kept it, and that's the same blue tape that's been on there. And that was my marker. I etched my name, put the blue. Everybody knew that anything had blue on it was my personal tools. So this is the knife that cut my finger off, which I was going to tell you the last time, but I completely forgot. So I thought I'd just share that. So I have that one ready, and I'm going to go ahead for my other card. I'm going to be doing the same thing with that card. So I think I'll just cut it out now so it'll be ready, okay? And I told you how I did it. The knife jumped over my ruler, and I cut my finger off. You know, part of the finger, the skin. It's crazy, you know? It happened so quick, I just couldn't stop it. But I had to continue working. I just taped it up, put a bunch of gauze on it, or actually it's paper towels, and then just went back to work till I got off. He never really went to the doctor. He kind of healed. That's why it's flat, you know. See, it's kind of flat right there. Yeah. It is what it is. That's how I look at it. Okay, so now we're ready to move on to the next part. We have our flower stamped. We have the inside of our teapot done. So I'm going to pop it up right here. Right there, just like that. I just think this card's really cute. Now, one of the things I thought of when I got this, I'm going, okay, what am I going to do? And then all of a sudden I realized, wait, I have some paper and I have a stamp set. I know what I'm going to do. So look, it's going to go just like that. But I have to do one more thing. I need to bring my ink out because the edges of this white circle, it's kind of plain, I thought. You know, see how it's kind of plain? Let's put some color on there. So thank you, Lori, for this beautiful finger blender. It's like a blender, but see, it's not the foam one like I have normally. This one actually is like the brushes that came out. Oh, I should have done it before I put this on. That's okay. I'll just go right up under there like that. There we go. Go through and just go all around the edges. It makes it look really pretty. There, see how nice that looks? I like that. So, the next thing I want to do.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
Okay, so the next thing I want to, that was my Alexa. Sorry about that. I didn't ask for anything. She just sometimes will start talking to me. I don't get it. But whatever. So I'm going to stick it on here just like this. But I feel like it feels like a little blank. So you know what? I have some twine that I could put on here. And look at all my twine selections over here. I have tons of twine. Well, this bow would look good, but it's not the right color. You know what? Maybe I'll do this. I know what I want to do. Sometimes you have to just change it up. Nope, not that. It's too light. I think it'll look really cute. You know what? I'm going to put the bow on it. I'm going to try a bow. I thought I had twine somewhere already pre-cut, but I guess I didn't. We'll just put a bow on it. No big deal, right? There. Cute little bow. Trim the edge. Trim this edge. And then get my glue dots out. They're over here. Thank you, Lori, for these glue dots. They are wonderful. I just stick it on there like that. Look at that. This just comes right off. And I will put that, I think I'll put it right up here. Oh, I like that. That looks really cute. Isn't that cute? And we'll take and just glue that down right there. So what you want to do is you want to take, let me get my bone folder and make it flatter. Easier to do stuff when it's nice and flat. I didn't do that. There we go. And this paper, I just love it. It's my favorite color too. Maybe that's why I love it. So you're going to go like this and lift it up so you know that all the glue is going to go right there only on that side. So I'm going to take my glue and stick it right here. I know right where it goes, so I'm going to stick it down. And there you go. Take care of yourself. Just a really cute card. And let's put some embellishments on it now. I have some cute little lavender ones. Let me see if the lavender looks good. Oh yes, that's what we're doing, that one. That's the one we're doing. That's my hardest thing, is trying to figure out what I want to put on here sometimes. I'll put one right there, one right there, and I'll throw one over here, and maybe there. I think I'm going to over embellishment again. Oh well. It deserves it. It's a pretty card. Right? So let's get out my taker pick tool, which is right here in my drawer. And I can grab it out just like this. Cut that one out and put it right there. Oh yeah, I like this. I don't want that big one though. I don't want the bigger ones, that's the problem. I just want the small ones. Let's see, there was one right there. Whoops. Pressed down a little too hard on that one. Let's see, where was another one? I stuck one up. There it is. Try and find the little spots sometimes. Come on. There we go. Come on, my finger. There we go. I think that's why I put one right there. That's where the other one is. Did I put one down here? I better put one down there. It seems like it needs one. I'm a crazy person when it comes to embellishments, if you haven't noticed that. And it's because I could get them at a good price. You know, if you can get things at a good price, you can just do whatever you want. There we go. So this card is done. It's really cute. I like it. I use the envelope piece. I use DSP. I use the stamps from the kit. And yeah, so that's the first one. The second one, we're going to do a strip card. Okay, and I've already cut out my... Where'd it go? Oh, it's right here on top of it. I already cut that out. So what we're going to do is we are going to work on the inside first. And I have an envelope piece for the inside. And that is, let me pull it over so you can see. Oh, by the way, if you want to take a picture, here it is. It'll be down in the bottom in the description, all the same measurements. Okay, so there you go. So this is card 2. Go ahead and take that picture if you want. Card base is pretty in pink, 8.5 by 11.5, scored at 4 1/4 and folded. Layer 1 on the inside, which is 3 3/4 by 5. And I'm going to use a strip of the DSP from the stamps. Okay? Wait, that's not the one. Maybe I didn't. Oh, here it is. And I did not cut it down, but that's okay. What I'll do is I will glue it down first so I don't have to worry about that. And then I could take and just trim the edge. So I put the glue on here like this. Okay. That looks really good. Then I'll put it on my envelope piece. There we go. And trim it off. Then I'll put glue on this and glue it on the inside. Oops, I didn't put the lid on here. Oh, come on. It's going to give me a hard time. I need to go and get my little push pin and help it out a little bit. Because I left it sitting, and that's a no-no. Shouldn't do that. But sometimes I do. I get busy and don't think about it. I'm busy making cards. Ooh, stuck again. Yeah, it's starting to get not as hot here right now. Well, I have the air conditioner on in my she shed. So it's a little bit cooler, and that's when things don't really come blowing out really good. But when it's warm, oh man, it goes everywhere. But the problem is it flows out the top of my thing. That's the other problem. So you just kind of, yeah, it's one of those things. Actually, this measurement is 4 inches by 5 1/4. I am so sorry I put the wrong measurement down. So I'm looking at this is not 3.5. Got a little bit of glue there. No big deal. Just go with my eraser and it's gone. See? Can't even see it. I'm going to put my pin back in it. I'll use this one temporarily. There. Okay, So the next thing you want to do is you get your bone folder. Make sure it's nice and flat. This is the fresh freesia, like I said. The second layer for the top, first layer for the top is a DSP, and it's the back side of the teapots of the first one that I did. So it's the back side. You're going to glue that down. Like so. That's starting to get clogged up again. Where'd my pen go? I lost my pen. There it is. It's hiding from me. Well, it looks like it's leaking from there. That's the problem. I'll have to double check my lid. Something's going on. Okay, there we go. Yeah, a little bit leakage going on. I can't have that. It's all over my hands. So line this up the best you can. There's only going to be a small border, like I've been liking to do. Just so you can get a little bit of glue there. Let me get my baby wipes and clean my fingers off. I've been glued. Okay. Clean up my bottle. It's got glue everywhere. Probably when I took the lid off to fill up my other bottle, I didn't put the lid on all the way. That's what I think would happen. You know, sometimes you screw it on, you don't quite get it exactly where you don't get as tight as you should. That's probably what happened. I will work on that later. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I want to bring out my stamps again. And I'm going to get the Secret C. And I want to put on here, let's get together soon. With my Secret C, so it stands out. Okay. Actually, you know what? I think take care of yourself. I think I'll put that on there. And stick it right in the middle. Perfect. I love it. I love it. It is so perfect. Okay, let's clean this stamp off. Now we're going to go to the next stamp. I want to do my flowers, not right here, but on here. So I did a little tiny square, which is 2 inches by 2 3/4. So I'm going to stamp the flowers up here like I did last time. So it'll be coming out of the little teapot. And I'll stick it. I know that it has to go right about there. Okay, that looks good. And then I put my little teapot there, pop it out. Okay, so that's done. Let's take and pop out that teapot. Use the last of that dimensional. And I'll grab this one right here. I found my other one. It was on the floor, silly me. I knew I had started another one, but that's okay. Figured it out in the end, right? Oh wait, before I do that, I want to ink it. I almost forgot. Let's set that aside. I want to ink around this like I did last time because I really like that. So I'm going to just go slowly around it. Just ink it really good. It makes it stand out too. That's what I like about it. And if you notice, see how there's like a stitching? I'm going right up to that stitching. And this time I did not put the teapot down, so I'll have to try and go around that. Okay, I like that. So I'll set my ink aside so I don't put my hand in it. Get a drink of my water really quick. I'll put my teapot on here. I love this teapot. It really is cute. I'm glad they gave us a teapot. I love that. that. Isn't that cute? Okay, so the next thing I want to do is I'm going to pop up all of these too. All these little strips. So I'm going to put one right here, and one there, and one there, and one there. Now when you cut your paper, you're going to cut it at, I wrote the measurement. I just covered it up. Sorry about that, ladies. So you're going to cut this at, where's it at? Okay. 4 1/8 by 4 inches. So 4 1/8 this way, okay? And then 4 inches this way. And then you're going to cut them in 1 inch strips. So it's going to look like this when you lay them out. Keep them in the same order because watch what happens when I lay them there. See how, ooh, this one moved. That's not good. There. You want to keep them in the same order. So you're going to put one at the end, one at each end, and you're going to even out the best you can. So I'm going to put my dimensionals on the back of them, and then we'll go over, then we'll do it. So I'm going to put 3 on each strip. So there's the first one. And 3. And then there's the second one. Just keep doing it. Get all 4 of them down. And this one. Okay, so now you want to pull off the backings and just kind of lay them down and look at that. Look at your first one and see where you want it. It's important that you look at what you see. Look and see what you want. So I want that one right there. I'm going to line it up. I'm going to go to the end piece. Always do the 2 ends first. It makes it so much better. You line it up better. Okay, so I get the first 2 down. Now, these 2 will fit wherever you want them. See how they just even them out. This one needs to be moved over. I did it not too close to the edge. Not a good idea. Okay, let's pick this up, and I'll move it a little bit closer to the edge. That's better. I think this one needs to move over a tiny bit too. Okay, did you notice I didn't push them down real hard the first time? There was a reason. Because of this, I wanted to make sure that I got it just right. So I'm going to line it up right there, down at the bottom, and go up. Okay, now I can move I can do the next ones. And I won't push them down until I know exactly where they are, because that's important. I'll just set it down like I did last time. Set it down. And then I will look at it and see if that's where I want it. Like this one looks good, but it's not quite where I want it. I want it right there. Okay, and then this one could get moved over a tiny bit. Right there. Okay. And then I'm going to glue this down flat, right on top. And we'll even it out the best we can. Same thing. Okay, so I'll get my glue back out. And you notice there's going to be glue like right here and right here. Only in those 2 spots. I'm going to put this down right here. Okay. And I know I had a bow somewhere over here. Don't know where it went. It disappeared too. I had a bow for each one of these cards already ready. But now they're gone. That is just crazy. I'll find it later, you know that. That's how it works. Okay, well. Okay, let me find my white ribbon. I guess I'll go back to this and put a little bow on here. I like my bows, and I like embellishments. But I had a little twine bow, and I don't know where it is. Wait, hold on. I'll just use this one. I have extra twine laying around. I just wanted that one. But it's not a big deal. I'll be happy with this bow. Okay, make a nice cute little bow. I wanted to put it like right about here this time, okay? So I'll get my little dots here. They come off so nice here. I'm amazed how really nice they come off. So there we go. Now, let's put a couple embellishments on here. Oh yeah, embellishments, that's so important. Let's go with the lavender again. I really like the lavender ones for this particular color. Looks really good. Okay. So I think I will put one right here. Oops, a little too much glue now. Okay, and then I think I will put one maybe right there. Yeah, I think that'll work. I'm gonna get my ticker pick. I moved it around. Here it is. And I'll put one right there. And one right there. And one right here. Now I think it needs more. Let's put one over here. And maybe one right there. Yeah, that's perfect. Little tiny ones. There. I like that. Move that out of the way. So there's our card.
I'm not quite sure how to.
And here's the other card. Okay. So let's get 2 envelopes out and let's do the last little thing. So we have our 2 cards done. Now we're going to work on the cards. Let's get our fresh freesia out. And I think I want to put flowers this time. So let's get our scratch paper and bring in this right here. And I think I'll do the fresh freesia and stick some flowers right there. Ooh. And then put a little bit of flowers right here in the middle. Okay, and there's 1 envelope. That's really cute. And then put some flowers right there. And right there. And that's it. I think we're done. So here are the envelopes, front and back. That's the front, that's the back. And I'll show you again the cards. That's the inside, take care of yourself. And the inside of the one says, take care of yourself too. With lots of embellishments. So thank you for watching my video. Please like and share. And come back again. Have a great day. Bye.